No warning, no second chance. One moment, your best friend is right there beside you, happy, healthy, full of life. The next, they're in a fight for their life, and you don't even know why. It's a scenario that plays out in emergency vet clinics every single day, and the cause is often something hiding in plain sight, right in our own kitchens. We think we're giving them a treat, a little taste of what we're having, but we could be handing them a death sentence. These everyday foods could kill your dog. And what's truly terrifying is how common they are. We all have them. We handle them daily without a second thought. But for our dogs, a single accidental bite can lead to catastrophic organ failure, internal bleeding, or a complete shutdown of their system. Let's start with number 9, cooked bones. It seems so natural, right? A dog with a bone. We see it in cartoons, in movies, everywhere. You finish a roast chicken or a steak, you think, my dog would love this. But giving your dog a cooked bone is one of the most dangerous mistakes you can make. Unlike raw bones, which are softer and more pliable, the cooking process makes bones brittle. When your dog chews on them, they don't grind down. They splinter. They shatter into sharp, needle-like shards. These shards then travel through your dog's digestive system like pieces of broken glass. They can perforate the esophagus, puncture the stomach lining, and tear through the delicate walls of the intestines. This can cause severe, painful, internal bleeding, and it's often hidden. Your dog might just seem a little off at first, but internally, a life-threatening emergency is unfolding. Beyond the risk of tearing, these bone fragments can also clump together and create a blockage, a complete obstruction in the gut. Nothing can pass through. This leads to intense pain, vomiting, and a medical crisis that requires immediate and often very expensive emergency surgery to resolve. If the blockage isn't treated in time, the gut can die, leading to sepsis and shock. Cooked bones look harmless. They splinter. Sharp shards tear the gut. Dangerous bleeding and blockages follow. This can be fatal. Coming in at number 8 are salty and fatty foods. Salty and fatty foods. French fries, potato chips, bacon, pizza crusts, fried chicken. It's so easy to let a small piece accidentally fall on the floor or to give in to those begging eyes. You think, what's the harm in just one fry? The harm is a condition called pancreatitis, an incredibly painful and serious inflammation of the pancreas. This organ is crucial for digestion and regulating blood sugar, and it isn't designed to handle the massive load of fat and salt in human junk food. When a dog eats these rich foods, their pancreas can go into overdrive, essentially starting to digest itself. The resulting inflammation causes excruciating abdominal pain. Dogs with pancreatitis are often seen in a praying position. They'll vomit, become lethargic, and can quickly become dehydrated. One single high-fat meal can be enough to trigger an acute, life-threatening attack. Most dog owners don't know this. A severe case can send a dog into shock, leading to multi-organ failure. It's a medical emergency that requires immediate hospitalization, IV fluids, and intensive care. That one little piece of bacon or handful of chips isn't a treat. It's a gamble with your dog's life. The risk is just not worth the reward. Specifically, dough made with yeast, like for bread or pizza. Let's say you're baking, and you turn your back for a second. Your dog, attracted by the smell, jumps up and gulps down a lump of that rising dough. Inside your dog's stomach, it's warm, it's moist, so the dough continues to do what dough does. It rises. It expands. This isn't just a little bit of gas. The dough can expand so much that it causes a severe and painful bloating of the stomach, a condition known as gastric dilatation. It puts pressure on surrounding organs and can even cut off blood flow. In the worst-case scenario, this can lead to gastric dilatation volvulus, where the bloated stomach twists on itself. This is a catastrophic, incredibly fatal emergency that requires immediate surgery. But there's a second, equally dangerous problem. As the yeast ferments the sugars, it produces ethanol, alcohol. So while the stomach painfully expands, their body is also being poisoned. They're essentially getting drunk from the inside out, leading to stumbling, disorientation, a dangerous drop in body temperature and blood sugar, and even respiratory failure. If you suspect your dog has eaten raw dough, call the vet fast. This is a dual-threat emergency. At number 6, we have the obvious but often underestimated poison, alcohol. Some people think it's funny when a dog laps spilled beer, or wine, or they simply don't notice. For a dog, small size and different metabolism make even a little alcohol devastating. What gives a human a slight buzz can send a dog into a coma. A sip is more than a buzz. It's a direct assault on the central nervous system. Alcohol is a potent depressant. It causes a rapid drop in blood sugar, drops blood pressure, and lowers body temperature. Symptoms: stumbling, vomiting, disorientation, excessive drooling. But it progresses fast. The real danger in turbine, the real danger done, the real danger fine. It depresses the nervous system, and critically, the respiratory system. Within minutes, a dog can lose consciousness and go into respiratory arrest. The window to act is incredibly small. Don't watch and wait. If you see your dog consume any alcohol, beer, wine, liquor, mouthwash, it's an absolute emergency. Do not wait for symptoms. By the time symptoms appear, their system may already be shutting down. Number 5 is a stimulant that many of us can't live without, but it can be lethal to our dogs: caffeine. This is in so many products we use every day: coffee, tea, soda, energy drinks, diet pills, or headache medication. Number 4 is a duo of common cooking ingredients: onions, garlic, raw, cooked, powdered, dehydrated, part of the allium family and toxic to dogs. Many owners assume a little is safe because there's no immediate reaction. This makes them insidious, not always a single large exposure, but slow, cumulative damage over time. These compounds cause oxidative damage to red blood cells. They make the cells fragile, the cells rupture, hemolysis. With red cell destruction comes anemia, weakness, lethargy, pale gums. Urine may turn dark red or brown. Symptoms can be delayed for days. Hard to trace back to leftover spaghetti sauce or seasoned meat. A single large dose can cause acute poisoning, but repeated small exposures and table scraps add up. Even cooked amounts add up. The damage accumulates silently until an anemic crisis. A slow poison many owners unknowingly feed their dogs. We've arrived at number 3, the one that surprises most owners, and frankly, still shocks veterinary professionals with its potency: grapes, raisins. There is no other food item that causes such catastrophic damage from such a small, unknown quantity. A single grape or raisin can be enough to cause fatal kidney failure in some dogs. For others, a whole bunch might do nothing. We don't know why. We don't know the exact toxic substance. This unpredictability is terrifying. There is no safe dose. Because we can't predict which dog will be sensitive or how many grapes it will take, vets have to assume that any ingestion is a potential death sentence. The toxicity attacks the kidneys. Within hours, vomiting, then lethargy. Internally, the kidneys are shutting down. They stop producing urine. Toxic waste builds up in the bloodstream. Every single minute counts. If you even suspect your dog ate a grape or a raisin, if one falls on the floor and disappears, you must act. Treatment: immediate decontamination and aggressive IV fluids to flush the toxin and protect the kidneys. Vets warn: we've seen perfectly healthy dogs die after just 1 or 2. Don't ever take the chance. Our runner-up for the most dangerous food at number 2 is xylitol. This artificial sweetener is becoming incredibly common. It's found in hundreds of products, often marketed as sugar-free: chewing gum, mints, candy, baked goods, toothpaste, and even some peanut butters. Always check the label. In humans, xylitol has no major effect on blood sugar, but in dogs, the body mistakes it for real sugar, triggering a massive release of insulin. Blood sugar plummets. Tin mai 9, kai pon 9 stay. Hypoglycemia, sometimes within 10 to 15 minutes. And at number 1, the most common, well-known, yet still most frequent cause of poisoning in dogs: chocolate. Every vet has treated cases of chocolate toxicity. It contains a compound called theobromine, as well as some caffeine. Humans can metabolize theobromine easily, but dogs process it very, very slowly. It lingers in their system, building up to toxic levels that attack the central nervous system and the heart. Signs include extreme restlessness, vomiting, diarrhea, and a racing heart. As it progresses, muscle tremors, seizures, and heart failure. Not all chocolate is created equal. White chocolate has very little theobromine, while milk chocolate has more. The real danger lies in dark chocolate, and especially baker's chocolate or cocoa powder. These have incredibly high concentrations. A small amount of dark chocolate can be fatal to a small dog. The most common poisoning is also one of the most preventable. People leave out a pan of brownies to cool, a box of chocolates on a coffee table, or a bag of chocolate chips on a low pantry shelf. It happens in an instant. If you know or even suspect your dog has eaten chocolate, you need to know what kind and how much they ate. If your dog eats chocolate, call your vet now. Don't guess. Don't wait. Make the call. If your dog eats any of these foods we've discussed, do not Google. Do not wait for symptoms. Do not try to induce vomiting unless your vet tells you to. Call a vet immediately. Call the pet poison helpline. Time is the single most critical factor. Your fast action is their only chance. We've covered some terrifying information today, and it can feel overwhelming. But this knowledge isn't meant to scare you, it's meant to empower you. Your home should be a safe space for every member of your family, including the four-legged ones. By understanding these hidden dangers, you can turn your kitchen from a potential minefield into the safe, loving heart of your home. It's about creating habits, checking labels, securing pantry doors, making sure guests know the rules. These small actions make all the difference. Your dog looks at you with complete and total trust. They depend on you for their food, their safety, their entire world. They trust you to protect them from harm, even from dangers they can't see or understand. Being a great dog owner means honoring that trust by being their advocate and their protector. You are their voice. You are their first and last line of defense against a world of hidden household dangers. Your dog trusts you with their life. Share this video. One share could save a dog today. Like, subscribe, and watch the final emergency steps linked now. Stay safe.